More roster news inside of the world of Apex Legends. Is this a minor setback or a major concern as one organization steps out of the scene again? Like I said, not the first time that this has happened. And the domino effect, what seems to be Verhulst, what all will this entail? What are the other, I guess, hints that we've seen on the timeline lately, and what could those mean? Also, some people coming back into the scene. Let's dive in and talk about what's going on. I think this is a very fair point to make here on Reddit. Someone basically said, I'm legitimately anxious about what is going to happen. We say this every time, but this actually feels like it could be the most insane roster mania that we've ever seen. Once that first domino falls, which we all think is Evan Verhulst, it seems like it's all going to be insanity from there. We've seen a lot of crazy stuff on the timeline. Some people talking about quitting and moving on. Some people talking about coming back. Some people giving the infamous eye emoji. Well, Reps was kind of like, you know, he posted earlier in the year or earlier after ALGS Year 4 World Championship was over, and he basically said, hey, look, we're all looking for a team. You know, we're open to options. What's going on? And I will be LFT. So we're like, okay, great. Maybe he's going to play. Obviously, he's a little bit older in the scene, and we thought maybe he would retire, but didn't look like that was going to happen after that tweet came out. And then he tweets this just a couple of days ago saying, you know, sometimes you just got to know, you just got to move on. And many people are like, no, like this cannot be. We cannot let Reps move on and retire from this game. Or is he talking about the Verhulst situation? Maybe I got to move on from TSM. Maybe I got to move on from Evan. Maybe I got to move on from Apex. Who knows what this could obviously mean, but people are concerned as to what might be happening behind the scenes. Now, also another organization leaving Apex Legends, except this time it's again Cloud9 has also been in times past, and they unfortunately left. They come back after we thought they would never come back, and now here they are leaving again. Naughty comes out to say, I am looking for an organization willing to explore all options as free agents, but for now, me, Shuby, and Saucer are looking for a new home in year 5 as Cloud9 has decided to back out of Apex for the time being. We all three want to continue to play together and continue building as a team. Now, notice he didn't say that Cloud9 wants to go a different direction, blah, blah, blah. That might mean that they sign another roster, but that's not the way he worded it. Sounds more like obviously Cloud9 wants to get out of the scene for now. Maybe they will come back, kind of like an SSG story that we also had in the past. We are also fully willing to explore all opportunities as we approach the February 14th roster lock deadline. That's what's so big, guys. We're only 5 days away, not 4, 5 days away from the roster lock. So the roster mania is about to start, and you're going to see some stuff probably happen today. So make sure to turn the notification bell on and subscribe to the channel, because we will probably have a pretty big video tomorrow, or if not on a Sunday, because sometimes they like to wait for the weekend is over, maybe Monday morning things get crazy. So make sure you are tuned in. Also, Hodzic is LFT, one of the bigger and more respected coaches in the scene for NRG. What does this mean now for NRG? He posted he was looking for a team in ALGS Year 5, still under contract for NRG for now, but allowed to explore options. With the upcoming Legend system changes, all my years of experience can guarantee to be a huge asset to any team, and I just want to win. My DMs are open. Another team we're looking at is 100 Thieves. Design obviously comes out to say they were looking for a team. 100 Thieves obviously splitting up, it seems, and Design kind of looking at his options. What could that be? Many people commenting here. People are tagging results and saying you're back in, like what in the world's going on? There's a lot of people actually in conversation about coming back, which we'll make mention of in just a second. But Gent also throwing in the you know, the little secrets here with the Houdini Eminem picture or gif here. So crazy stuff. Obviously a lot of people are exploring options, and I would imagine you're going to get some more announcements here in the coming days. Another announcement to look forward to, many people returning, right? We talked about Tech giving all the tweets about him possibly returning. RKN may be another one of those people. He kind of talked about coming back in a couple tweets or a couple days ago, but then just 6 hours ago he said supposedly RKN is on Apex R5, but that is not me. I haven't reinstalled Apex yet, and Stunny actually points out the words yet, and he did give that infamous upside down smiley face, which means that he's all confirmed. He's all obviously coming back. Stunny himself, by the way, another guy who is coming back after he retired and made this video about he was quitting. He's also coming back to say that he was playing again. And look, obviously no like disrespect towards anybody or anything. I just always get a good laugh at how many people quit so easily and then they're back very, very shortly. Like, it's always happening inside the Apex scene. It's just like the good old pastime at this point. Flat is back together. Nano is reviving Flat back, so prepared to be flattened, because the Flat Earthers are back in ALGS, and Bunk Wavy also with J-Dot and Crew Buckle looking for a coach and analyst. They have been together and teaming for so long, especially back in the old SQ days. They've been together and teaming for so long, always under team status quo. SQ has been around in this challenger scene for Apex for a while, so it's kind of cool to see, like, you know, normally in the challenger circuit scene, you're seeing roster changes all the time. These guys have kind of, you know, they've had some ups and downs and whatever, but they've stayed together for a little bit. Now, obviously, like Hotik said, there's a lot to look forward to in this next season, because there's a lot of changes that's going to take place. But I think another thing to point out, Hackers, when it comes to the ranked matchmaking thing going into this, like, you know, rank should be a version of comp, like a predecessor to comp, and you're not seeing that. And Hackers gives this massive update here. So while there are a lot of people looking forward to ALGS and comp, some people are still worried about the state of the game overall, and why people made these announcements of retirement and moving on and quitting the game, because a lot of these things aren't necessarily being addressed in this upcoming update. And some of these pros are kind of hating on the new season. If you want to see that full breakdown on my last video on my main channel, make sure to go check it out. The link is down in the description below. Also, we should talk about the future of the World Championship organization, which was Go Next Esports. This team obviously just winning it all, but unfortunately has announced that they will not be re-signing that roster, and it's because basically the stock of the players has gotten so good and they can no longer afford them. This was a statement they put out earlier, saying that we want to thank our boys for everything they did at Go Next. Unfortunately, even though we really wanted to continue together, we couldn't reach an agreement around the new terms. I know many of you will feel disappointed, but at the end of the day, even though I hate this phrase, business is business. We will never forget what this roster made us feel in Japan, and we will always be grateful. It is time for to start cooking up year 5 and prove to everyone what an org that supports their players at 120% can achieve. Obviously, the players themselves also come out to say thank you for everything that you guys did. We loved being there. And you know, anyways, I like to see that there was there wasn't bad blood. There was some good camaraderie, I guess, against or amongst one another. So I hope Go Next obviously stays. I hope they get a good roster, and I hope people start taking them more seriously. Hopefully this will put them a little bit more on the map than what they were previously. And obviously, as far as this roster goes, time will tell where they will land. What big team will be looking to sign them? Obviously, if it's new terms and they're wanting more money, you do got some other organizations out there, right, that are that have probably that money. But so many things are still waiting to happen, right? You got to wait for Vertholz to make his roster decision. Where's he going to go? And does that involve leaving one organization to go to a new? And if that's the case, does that open that new spot for TSM? Are they going to be looking for a new roster? Who knows what's going to happen? But so many other pieces got to move first before I think you start to see a lot of confirmations. Like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with everything going inside the world of Apex Legends esports right here on the channel. And don't forget, you got to subscribe, because there are big announcements around the corner. I'm obviously expecting this week, being the roster lock deadline, you're going to see some big news take place. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.